friends, this art video is going to be a little different than the ones that I normally make. This video is about how to draw a unicorn, and the unicorn is taken from a drawing that one of my art teacher friends made, Miss D, and she is actually the art teacher that inspires me the most. I try to model myself after Miss D because she is truly an art teacher rock star, and I will always look up to her and admire her and respect her. And I know everyone that's been touched by her in their lives love her and admire her, and she just spreads the love and joy of art and creating all over the world. And so I want to dedicate this to Miss D, and especially to her family. And now we all love her so much, and we're here for you, and we're praying for you. And I hope you enjoy this drawing, this unicorn. I know I did, and I drew this with several of my Virtual Academy students, and at the end of this video you're going to see pictures of their unicorns, and the quality of them is a little off because I was taking pictures with my phone on a Teams call, so it's from screen to screen, but you still get the idea and how they were inspired by an art teacher they didn't even get to meet in person, and her love and joy of art and her talent will go on forever. So thank you for watching. Alright guys, so first we're going to take our paper and fold it in half. Make a nice crease, and then we're going to fold it in half a second time and make a nice crease. Then we will open it up, smooth it out, and unfold it, and notice our paper is going up and down where it's tall and skinny. And we do that because then we can see where the middle is from top to bottom. We can see where the middle is from side to side, and we can also see where the exact middle of our page is. Now what we're going to do is we're going to draw the head of our unicorn, and the head of our unicorn is like a U. It's going to be a pretty good size U, and it's going to, the bottom of the U is going to be just below the center of the page, and then it will come up a little past the halfway point of the top half, okay? And it's always a good idea to practice with your finger or your eraser or something first. I don't know if you just noticed when I practice with my eraser, it leaves a little bit of eraser debris behind, but that way I can see it and know how I want it. And that kind of helps me out, but it doesn't damage my paper in any way, okay? So I'm going to start off with my U. And this is going to be the head of Miss D's unicorn. And notice I'm doing it sketchy so I can change it. If it's in too far to the left, I can make it a little more to the right. If it's too skinny, I can bring it out. If it's too fat, I can bring it in. It gives me options, okay? And it goes with the old saying, draw light till you know you have it right. Then I'm going to go over it now that I have it right, and I'm making it darker. And this is what I'll go over with my Sharpie later. Okay, now we're going to draw our unicorn's hair, and we're going to draw it just kind of right on top of his or her head, almost like you would a person. We're going to have the hair kind of side swept here, and it comes off the side just a bit. Again, notice I'm doing it super light, so if I don't like it, I can change it. Then I'm making the top part here. I'm going to pretend some of it is coming up over here. Alright, and then my unicorn's horn, the idea is to have it coming right up in the middle. Now, if you want to change things, like if you want to draw the horn a little different, or if you want to draw the hair a little bit different, you can, but Miss Thompson is drawing it the way Miss D drew it, because it's in honor of Miss D. But if Miss D was here, she would tell you, you can change it any way you want, because she always wanted us to be as creative as possible. Alright, so now I have my hair and my horn, and if you draw curved lines on your unicorn's horn, it gives it a three-dimensional look. Now I feel like this right here is sticking a little too high for me, and yours is probably just fine, but I'm going to just try to fix mine a little bit. I feel like that's a little bit better. Bring that out just a bit. There we go. Alright, so now I can go back over it and make it a little darker. But don't spend too much time going back over it to make it darker, because later you will do it with a Sharpie or a black crayon or a black pencil or marker. Alright, now I'm going to do the ears for my unicorn. And they're just kind of like a cat's ears, really. I feel like this one I made a little too small. There we go. And then just like you would with a cat or a dog or a bunny, you would do the little inside parts of it. Oh, it's looking really cute. She would love this. Alright, now we're going to do our unicorn's eyes. And the eyes are an oval. Now again, if you want to draw your eyes different, you can. But I'm just trying to do it the way Miss D would do it. A couple of eyelashes if you want. Alright, let's see, I'm just trying to even out the eyes a little bit. I will color those in with a Sharpie later. And then you have the cute little nostrils so your unicorn can breathe. A little crooked smile. And a couple of round circles for the cheeks. Alright, and I'm going to add just a couple of little lines in the hair to suggest the texture of the hair. Alright, and the face here, just kind of fix that right there. And we're off to a really good start. Now next, we're going to work on the unicorn's body. Alright, now we're going to draw the body a little different than what you would probably expect. We're going to make two lines that come down from the bottom of the head and kind of slope down. Again, I can kind of practice with my eraser. Kind of slopes down, and it looks almost like we're attaching our unicorn to a little volcano. Okay? But just trust me. Alright, get off my eraser dust. Alright, now like I said, it looks really funny right now, but just bear with me. Then down here, I'm going to draw two ovals, kind of fairly large ovals. These are going to be your unicorn's feet. Okay, and then I'm going to make a slightly curved line here that connects them. Now notice I'm doing that one super light too, because I know I'm going to erase a portion of it. Now right now it looks kind of funny. Some of my third graders are saying it looks like a fidget spinner with a unicorn on it, but we will fix that because we're going to do the little legs here sitting kind of like sometimes dogs and cats sit like this. And I'm going to have a line coming straight down towards the middle, and then two lines coming down at an angle. I'll erase where that line goes through it. Alright, and then we're going to make the little unicorn hooves. I'm going to fix this middle line. I'm going to make mine right on the fold. And I'm just trying to make them like the same width, so one isn't skinnier than the other. And then I'm going to make a line that copycats these two lines just above them. And that's the unicorn's little hooves. And now it looks like our unicorn is just kind of sitting like a dog or a cat. I'm going to bring this line up a little bit above, more where it's hitting the top of the foot. And again, another reason why you want to draw lights, you can very easily erase. And now we have our unicorn's little body. Now, if you'd like, you can draw a little heart on its chest. You don't have to. You could put your initials on the heart. You could write a friend's name or your mom's name. I'm going to put Dee's name because I'm making this for her. All right, now we're going to work on the background. All right, so now we need to make a little bit of a background for our unicorn. So the first thing we're going to do is make the horizon line. Remember, the horizon line is where the sky and the ground touch each other. So I'm just going to make a little line that comes across here and here. And that way I know everything from this line down is the ground and everything from this line up is the sky. And then the main thing I'm going to have in my background is a I just lost my train of thought. A rainbow. Okay, so just behind him, I'm going to draw some rainbow lines, or her, him or her. I'm not worrying too much about if it's a boy or a girl. So there's stripe number 1, stripe number 2, stripe number 3, stripe number 4, stripe number 5, stripe number 6, and we're going to go ahead and do a 7th one so that we can include indigo. Since Miss D is the ultimate art teacher of all time, we need to give her an ultimate rainbow of all time. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And remember, it's Roy G. Biv. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. Right? And then Miss D would make a little sun up here, kind of peeking up behind the rainbow, or I guess above the rainbow. So I've got a little partial circle there and little sun rays coming out. And she would like to see all kinds of different lines. So I'm doing wavy, zigzag, straight. Wavy, zigzag, straight. Wavy and zigzag. And I won't have room for that last stripe, but that's okay. And then this will probably just be blue, like the sky here. And then of course green. And I like to just kind of put these little lines. This is just a Miss Thompson touch, but it's just to kind of imply or make the viewer who's looking at your picture see the kind of the texture of the ground. All right. Not even, it's a little too low for clouds, so I'll just leave that the way it is. All right, so now the next step, it's one of my favorite, and that is the Sharpie step. Okay, so I have my Sharpie ready to go, and I'm going to Sharpie over absolutely everything. When I'm done, you shouldn't be able to see any pencil. I'm always telling my kids up here at school that if someone came in after we did this, they should think that you drew it with Sharpie and that you never even touched a pencil. Because you're covering up and hiding the pencil that well. So after we do the Sharpie, any pencil you can still see, you're going to, of course, erase it. Alright, now I am going to fast forward. You can hit pause to finish your Sharpie, and then we'll continue on to the next step together. Alright, so now I have my Sharpie done, and so now I'm going to take my eraser And if you have a handheld eraser like this, that is really best. This is what you call a white pearl. This is what you call a pink pearl. Even says pink pearl. Mine used to say white pearl, but I've used it so much it's wiped off. My personal favorite is the white pearl. I feel like it erases cleaner, and I feel like it's a little stronger. But either one works great, and it definitely works better than the one on the end of your pencil. But if the one at the end of your pencil is all you have, that is okay too. So go ahead and take a few minutes to erase any pencil you can still see, and then clean your eraser debris off into the trash can, and then we will move on to the coloring. Okay, so now we're going to do some coloring. You can use crayons, markers, colored pencils. If you have paint at home, you could even paint. You could do watercolors. I am going to use a combination of markers and crayons. And you can color your rainbow, your unicorn any color you would like. I'm making mine with purple hair. But again, you can do anything you want. The unicorns' bodies are typically, well, first of all, unicorns aren't real, so you can make it any color you want. But typically they're white with lots of other bright colors elsewhere. But it's your picture, so it's up to you. One of my students, I was just online with my virtual kids, and one of them, she made the body lavender, and then she made everything else purple, kind of like I'm doing right now, and it looked really nice. I may include a picture of it at the end of this video. But again, use your touch, your creativity, things that you like, because Miss D loves for people to be imaginative and creative, and put a touch that's you, something that makes you know, if that makes sense. Miss Thomas is not coming up with good words today. Now, I'm not going to color my little D heart with this purple because I don't want it to disappear and get covered up, so I'm using a crayon so that way I can still see that. And I'm going to do the same with the inside of the ears. Alright, and I'm going to leave my horn white, of course. Alright, so now I'm going to work on the background a little bit. I'm going to do a combination of marker and crayon, and I'm going to layer different greens like we've talked about before. If you're not one of my regular students at Elizabeth Smith or the Innovative Learning Academy, you might go to my YouTube channel and watch Coloring 101, and you'll see what I'm talking about layering videos. But I'm going to fast forward to finish coloring my picture. You can hit pause and finish coloring yours, and then we'll come back together at the end. And I am going to showcase at the end some of my Virtual Academy kids, because you drew along with me this morning and drew pictures for Miss D, and especially for Miss D's family. And I hope that will bring them some happiness and put a smile on their face, because we love you guys, and we love Miss D. She'll always be my hero and the best art teacher I've ever known. So I'm going to go ahead and fast forward, and I'll see you guys in a minute. Okay, so as you can see, I've finished coloring my picture, and I think Miss D would love it. Now there's one last little thing I'm going to add, and you may or may not have this at home, and if you don't, it's okay. But I am going to add glitter, because glitter sparkles, of course, and there's always something about a nice little touch of glitter. And Miss D sparkles like no one I have ever met in my entire life. She lights up a room and adds so much life and laughter and fun and just makes the world a better place. So I am going to add a little sparkle for her. And again, if you don't have glitter at home, it's okay. I'm going to sprinkle that glitter on. And then, of course, I have to let it dry until the glue dries. And then I will show you a final picture at the very end. And then, like I said, I'm going to showcase some of your art. And that's basically it. Please share your unicorns with me if you make them, and that way I can share them with Miss D's family and her parents, her children, her husband, her brother and her sister and their families. I know they would love to see your unicorns inspired from the magical, fantastic, best art teacher I've ever met, Miss D. And thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.